March 29th, 1945, a legend was born, a Knicks legend, and he's sitting right here next to me, Walt Clyde Frazier. Turns 80 years old. Clyde, first of all, I gotta say, happy 80th. You just told me when you hear people say that you're 80 years old.
I'm looking like, oh, me.
But it is you. It is you. And it's a blessing to be here for 80 years, so glad to have you in our presence.
And the blessing has been I've been able to spend 40 of those 80 with the Knicks.
That is the most impressive thing.
Greatest city in the world, the greatest fans, the greatest arena. So I've had a blessed life. So.
You have indeed, and we've been blessed to, experience. And you've seen a lot of things, in your legendary time playing with the Knicks. When you think about your time playing with the Knicks, is there still a moment that stands out to you as the most surreal, one that you can't believe happened?
First championship game, when Willis limped out, game 7. And, obviously I had the career game, 36 points, 19 assists. Mm-hmm. So that one always stands out. Even, albeit we won 2 of them, there's nothing like the first. Your first love, your first kid, whatever it is. So that's always a little more provocative.
I had a feeling that would be the game that you would bring up, because a lot of people still say that performance is one of the greatest performances of all time in NBA Finals history. There for you. In terms of calling games and different moments, do you have one that still really stands out to you in terms of one that you've called? Because you've been blessed to have a great broadcasting career along with the playing career, but is there a special moment in terms of calling Knicks games?
The Bulls, Michael Jordan, the Bulls series, and the Knicks, Riley, and those guys. That was surreal because I couldn't believe I'm watching the game. I'm getting paid. Got the best seat in the house, and I'm getting paid to watch this. So that was so thrilling to be able to call those games.
Now, those had to be fun as well, too. All the Knicks fans definitely appreciate that as well, too. I also got to ask you about, your time on the court, because people knew you for being a clutch player, also a great defensive player. But do you think there's a part of your game that maybe people underappreciated when you think about Clyde Frazier's game?
Yeah, I think my offense, as you alluded to, mostly thinking me defensively, where I value myself as my versatility. I was like Hart, but could score.
Score.
Yeah, right.
Obviously, the 36 in Game 7, we know you could do that there for sure.
Yeah, so I was a jack of all trades and master of none when I first came in, because I was a little discombobulated about when to pass, when to shoot, and once I got it all together, I was one of the more versatile players to play the game.
Yeah, versatile player, not just a defensive player. Look, you've been with the team, as you said, for 40 years, and you've seen a lot of things here at Madison Square Garden. Has the energy here changed in any way for you? And do you still appreciate the energy that you get from this building that's uniquely electric? Do you still look at it as uniquely electric, or has it shifted at all, the energy of this building?
That's a great question. It's New York City. The fans are always provocative, the most knowledgeable, the most loyal, so the most faithful. So they're still there. I think the Jeremy Lin moment was the greatest I've heard here. Where Jeremy Lin was going, the Willis Reed game when Willis came out. But the fans are still there. They're just waiting for the Knicks to erupt. We saw that last year. We saw that year was very reminiscent to when I played. The way the optimism, the way the people got psyched up for the game. So I think what holds it back now is the security. Like when we played, you could come right up and talk to me. Hey, Clyde, what's going on? Yeah, so I can't do that. And kids would come right up and get an autograph and be talking to you. So now you can't get near the players. Like after the game, when I left the Garden, kids would be waiting for me. Clyde, let me carry your bag. Hey, Clyde, you're still the greatest. With these players, they're surrounded by security, so they don't know that aspect of dealing with the fans.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I remember you telling me last year about how much you enjoyed the energy through the playoffs and how loud it was, and just enjoying all of that. I want to get to you about this Knicks team really quick before we wrap, but I have to also ask you, obviously, your sense of style. Everybody knows that Clyde has a great sense of style. Look at this fit right here. We call this a lime green suit. We almost had the double green going on here. How does your style, how has it evolved as you've gotten older? And also this weekend with the Knicks honoring you for your 80th birthday, is there a special fit that we're going to see against the Trailblazers when you're on the broadcast for that game?
Well, the evolution of my fashion was when I was in college, I wore penny loafers, button-down collar shirts. And then I come to the Mecca for fashion. So we used to dress like this at every game with a suit and tie because our idols were Marvin Gaye, the Four Tops, the Temptations.
Good music.
Yeah, like today the guys dress like the rappers. Those are their idols. But so Dick Barnett was my idol. He was a sharp dresser. So I found out where he had his suits made, his shirts. You know, we had the monogram on our cuff. So we were always trying to outdress the other guy, and it became a habit. You know, I like to just dress up, go out, especially when we went on the road.
That's when you'd want to dress up.
Yeah, man, we go into a bar, you know, I have my meat coat on like Al Capone, draped over my shoulders, have my Clyde hat on, and we go run the bar. You know, then we walk out. So it would be like the Old West. When we walked in, the music would stop, man. Everybody would just part from the bar and just, oh man, New York is in town, you know, so.
But everybody still loves your fashion today. Everybody still loves to see what is Clyde gonna wear for each game. Do you get a kick out of that?
Yeah, we know there's one guy, Clyde So Fly. He critiques my suit every game. And he's been doing that since 2012. So if I wear the same thing, you know, he gives me A, B, C, D. So if I wear the same tie, he'll say, well, Clyde wore that tie, you know, 20 games ago against so-and-so. He'll deduct it, man. So every game I got to think of this guy. What did I wear? You know, did I wear this the last time? So I like it because it's a challenge to step up and make that accomplishment. And of course, when people admire what I do and what I wear, it's very humbling. I like the respect people show me now when I walk around the greatest city in the world. And, you know, they made me the guy who I am today.
And they are. Look, again, I like the fit. Clyde said to me last year, I was the second best dressed on-air personality in New York. And I really accepted that. I love that. A couple more things for you. This Knicks team, you're somebody who's always talked about chemistry and defense when it comes to trying to win a championship. Where do you think this 2024-2025 Knicks team is in the road to getting that? Do they have the chemistry? Do they have the defense right now to get to where they want to go?
Well, obviously, I think the Celtics are the cream of the crop. You know, the Cavaliers, another formidable team. The Knicks are right there behind them. Now that we're healthy, we can keep Robinson healthy. I think that should increase our defensive prowess. We're not the defensive team we were last year. We're a better offensive team. So, you know, Cat has made us better in that respect. We need more productivity from the bench. Guys can step up a little more, and, you know, Deuce and those guys, Payne, can come off the bench and provide some offense. You know, it can happen.
It can happen. Clyde, even in this Knicks.
I always believe in the Knicks fans, the world's most famous arena. I've seen it. I've been a catalyst when I thought we were not able to beat the Lakers. And when Willis came out, 36 points, 19 assists, 7 rebounds, 4 steals. So I know the impact that the Garden crowd can have. So once you get in the playoffs, anything is likely, you know. As New Yorkers, we always see the glass as half full.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we do. So I got to ask you this, because you talked about your 40-year career playing and then also being a broadcaster, Hall of Fame in both areas. What would it mean to you to see this Knicks team win a championship in this time while you're still a broadcaster?
It would be the pinnacle of what I'm hoping for. Not so much for myself, but the fans. You know, I always relish the fans. They gave us what we had. They were our sixth man. So that's why I'm wearing a couple of championship rings. So for them to go back to the mountaintop, you know, in this team, it would be splendid for me to see that. And it could be the culmination of my career too, that I would end up going out with a championship team.
Is that how you want to go out?
Yeah, I would think that would. If I don't, I mean, I'm still satisfied
That
having been here in this city and what I've accomplished, and being a positive role model. My focus now is not only how long I live, but how. So I want to give back to the kids. The kids have always been there for me. And I've been kind of selfish with my time. You know, I have my book coming out, which will be given out. So that will give me an entree into the schools to talk to the kids under the auspices of the Garden of Dreams Foundation. And I hope that to be my legacy, because the kids made it possible. I was the first guy to endorse a sneaker in 1973.
That's right.
Walt Clyde. I've been doing Walt Frazier basketball camps for over 50 years. You know, so they've always been there for me. Now it's my turn to give back. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, that is part of your legacy, Clyde, and you were great. And I think I speak, but I mean this for a lot of people, including me, who've been listening to you since I was 7 years old. Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time. that you've given so far, and you'll continue to give so much more to the Knicks fans. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
We're proud. That is the legend Walt Clyde Frazier. Happy 80th birthday to him, Dexter Henry. Walt Clyde Frazier signing off from the Garden.